Our July 16th Bowling Green Warren County Planning Commission meeting. If you're here for item number 3 tonight, Blue Sky Tires and Billy Webb, the owner, they have have postponed this. So if you're here for that item tonight, it will not be heard. Sydney, if you would call the roll, please.
Blanford.
Yes.
Cassada.
Yes.
Drain.
Yes.
Gay. Graham.
Yes, sir.
Ritchie. Shaw.
Yes, sir.
Starks.
Yes.
Titmore.
Yes.
Vitale.
Yes, sir.
Folkert.
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, in our packets that were sent to us, you have the minutes of our June 18th meeting. Are there any questions? All right, hearing none, we call for a motion, please.
Move that the minutes be approved as presented.
Second.
Starks.
Yes.
Titmore.
Abstain.
Vitale.
Abstain.
Folkert.
Abstain.
Blanford.
Abstain.
Cassada.
Abstain.
Drain.
Yes.
Graham.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes. Commissioners, in our packets are subdivision site development plans. Are there any questions regarding those? All right, hearing none, then they will be approved as submitted. New business, Megan?
Good evening, everyone. I've got a few things to go over with you guys tonight, and we'll start
Megan,
off.
pull the mic. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Got a few things to go over with you guys tonight. To start off, we'll go over the year-end wrap-up with the fourth quarter. Everybody should have a copy of the June budget statement in your packets. The easiest way to tell if we're on target is to look at that year-to-date percentage, and we'll just look line number 23 in green. For total income, we ended up at 100.3% for total income for last year. We can't get much closer than that, so very happy with that number. The only thing that I'm going to point out with income is our construction fees, which are line number 18. You'll notice that they came in a little bit lower, about $22,000 lower than what we had projected earlier in the year. So we are a little bit lower there. If you flip over to the second page and we look at our total expenses on line number 70 in the green box, we ended up at 97.2% for the full year. That's right on target, right where we want to be as well. And if we flip to the last page, you're going to see our two accounts that we have. One is our operating account. We closed out with $542,000 and some change in our operating account at the end of June. And then our subdivision surety account, we closed that out at $820,000. Any questions with last year's wrap-up before I move on to this year? Nope. All right, if you flip back to the very first page, everything in yellow is the budget that we all voted on in March. As you guys know, we operate on a cash budget, so we never know exactly what that carryover balance, which is line number 1, is going to be until June 30th. So now that we have finished that year, we know that our carryover balance was the $542,000 and some change. And just for you guys that aren't familiar with the cash budget, that is the exact amount that we had in our checking account at the end of June. There's not really any other changes on income or on page 1, but if we flip over to page 2, there's a couple changes that I'm going to bring up. The first one is line number 52, our audit fees. I think I told you guys at the end of, at our last full board meeting, that we had been notified by our auditors, Hensley and Throneberry, that they are no longer going to do audits. So we had to find a new audit. They were nice enough to provide us with a list of 3 different auditing firms that they recommended. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but there's not many accounting firms out there that want to perform audits anymore. It's tedious work, and just can't find many that want to do it. So we, last year had paid, I believe it was $5,800 for the budget. I was able to get a quote for $10,000 and one for $12,500. We'll go over that a little bit more in a few minutes, but I plugged in $10,000. So that's the reason for that change. And then line number 77, I think that's only $400 off. That's the comp plan reserves. We had a slight change in that. And then everything else is changed in line number 75, which is our operating reserves. So the increase of the fee in the audit and then the decrease that we had in our carryover amount, I balanced those by making a change to the operating reserve account, just by reducing that. So that's pretty much all the changes that I have for this year's budget. Can I answer any questions that you guys might have on that?
Commissioners, any questions? Do we need a motion?
We do need to vote on it, yes.
Yes.
I just have one question, Chair.
Yes.
Under travel,
Yes.
fuel maintenance, I see where 25-26 amended budget was 10,000,
Yes,
and 26-27 proposed budget is 10.
yes.
Given what's happening with energy costs, do we not change that, or is that still the same amount?
I feel pretty confident that those numbers will have us covered for this year. And the reason I think so is if you look on the year-to-date actual that we actually did last year, our fuel and maintenance numbers were about $6,700. So I feel like we've got some wiggle room. That's why I didn't increase those numbers for this year.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions? Nope.
So questions?
I move to pass the budget.
Second.
Volker,
Yes.
Blanford,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. And so our audit proposal, Megan?
Yes, yes. Just a quick review on that. Everybody should have a memo in their packet for the audit. I've kind of gone over it, but just as the highlights, I reached out to Campbell, Myers, and Rutledge, Green River Accounting, and then Taylor Polson and Company to get quotes. That's the list of people that we got from Hensley and Throneberry. I got really good reviews from others that I know, Campbell Myers and Rutledge, and on Taylor Polson. I couldn't really find out much about Green River Accounting from the people that I knew. Did a little bit of research, and I found out that Green River did not pass their AI CPA peer review. So even though they were the cheapest, I don't feel confident in recommending them to you guys. So I went with the next cheapest bid that we got, which is $10,000 for Campbell, Myers, and Rutledge. I've talked to multiple people and heard nothing but good things about them. So that's who I recommend to you. Can I answer any questions that you guys might have about the audit?
Commissioners, any questions? We need a motion to approve for
Yes.
Campbell, Myers, and Rutledge. So would I hear a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Volker,
Yes.
Blanford,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sydney. Mr. Peterson, we have two items, comprehensive plan and plan reviewer.
Sure, yes. The first, I'll start with the comprehensive plan, Phase 3 through 5 contract. You have in your packets a memo from me that also has attached the proposed scope of work for InnoEngine to get us through Phase 5, which will be the bulk of the work. There is a Phase 6, but that's really just the adoption phase. So with Phase 2 close to completion. We in fact met with them today. We've had 17 meetings with our working committee groups to take all of the BG 2050 data down and distill it to a set of goals and objectives that we hope to have in our hands by the end of this month. And we will get that to you and start talking about what the next steps are with that. But the idea will be that to take those results of Phase 2 and then move into Phase 3, which will be a round 2 of public engagement, where we'll go out into the community and present these goals and objectives. There will be some sort of online component to be developed with that too, where we will take public input. And then the next phase after that will then be to finalize those items and start actually writing the plan. And then Phase 5 will be getting a draft and then taking that out again for the result will be a final draft that we'll be able to present to the public. So with all that, we're just requesting a motion for approval of the contract with InnoEngine for Phases 3, 4, and 5 so we can complete the work. Those 3 phases together are $78,600. So all in all, with what we spent this last year and this next fiscal year, that'll equal that $150,000 that we budgeted for this phase of the comp plan. So be happy to answer any questions, but be asking for your approval.
Commissioners, any questions regarding Mr. Peterson's request for InnoEngine
Yeah.
to perform this?
So Ben, is this the same consulting company that you've been using?
Yeah, so this is
before?
the same consulting company that we've been using. They're also the ones who started the whole BG 2050 project with the county, and we're just carrying through with their work.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none, we'll call for a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Volker,
Yes.
Blanford,
Yes.
Cassada,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. Motion approved. Ben, plan reviewer position, please.
Yep, so after 32 years of service, at the Planning Commission, Steve McWhorter is retiring. We hate to see him go. We're happy for him, but it's obviously tough when you have that kind of institutional knowledge and walk out the door. But just a reminder, Steve's our primary plat reviewer. He reviews somewhere around about an average of 225 subdivision plats a year. And he is one of the main people that help with phone calls and walk-in questions from the public, surveyors, engineers, and the like. So with his retirement, that leaves open a position for a plans reviewer 1 or 2. We want to have that flexibility there to have each level. So we're asking to go ahead and get authorization to fill that position because our next full board meeting isn't until September, somewhere around the 18th, 19th, something like that, the second September meeting. And we'd like to fill that position before then. And it would be within that approved starting salary range that we have and what we have budgeted already. So if it went beyond that, we would come back and ask for approval. So with that, happy to answer any questions, but like authorization to go ahead and hire that for that position.
Thank you, Ben. Commissioners, any questions for this request? All right, hearing none, we call for a motion for this.
I make a motion that we allow Ben to pursue the hiring of a replacement for Steve.
Second.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Volker,
Yes.
Blanford,
Yes.
Cassada,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. The motion is approved. Commissioners, one last item before we get into our public hearing. You have the letters of credit and performance bonds in your packet. Are there any questions? All right. Hearing none, We don't need a motion on that.
So
Got too many
moved.
motions tonight. I would call for a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Folker,
Yes.
Wrote it down, Rachel.
Cassada,
Yes.
Strain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. The motion is approved. Mr. Peterson, we have any old business, or Rachel? Do what? All right. We now enter into our public hearing, and Mr. Moore.
Hello, Chair Warren. I request that you order that the record tonight include all the relevant statutory and regulatory provisions, the Commission's entire file for each application on tonight's docket, and the qualifications for each staff witness. Finally, I'd request that you administer the oath to those witnesses.
Swear to tell the truth? Thank you all very much. All right, our first item tonight is 2026-03 Flume. Jeremy Scott and Lori Thomas Dawson have filed an application for a future land use map amendment for 20.86 acres located on the east side of Scottsville Road, approximately 1,700 feet north of Magnum Road, from moderate density residential to commercial. And this is a full board vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting on June the 10th for the property that you mentioned and is highlighted in red on the screen. The current zoning is agriculture. Current land use is agriculture. And the current future land use is low-density residential, moderate-density residential, and commercial. We do have a couple of property photos for you. And then here is a concept plan for your reference. Leave that up. And then again, the applicants are proposing to amend the flume to commercial in order to develop the property with an event venue. If the application is approved, the applicants would like to later file a zone change application to highway business for the same area to allow such use. Looking down at the bottom of the page, the considerations noted by staff have been resolved with the applicant. KYTC will not approve any modifications to the roadway, and then they have also committed to limit outdoor storage to at least 850 feet from Scottsville Road. So with that being said, staff found the proposed flume amendment to be in agreement with the majority of the applicable review criteria outlined in LU 114 and generally compatible with the surrounding area. Therefore, the staff recommendation is approval pending any public hearing and testimony.
So Amy, the highway department has signed off on it because it wasn't.
Correct.
It's supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, they worked with KYTC, and they determined that no modifications to the roadway or entrance would be needed on that. And I'm sure Chris can speak to that if you have any additional questions on those comments.
All right. Commissioners, any questions for staff? All right. Is the applicant here? Anything you would like to add, Mr.
Chris Davenport, 921 College Street, and I swear to tell the truth.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm here on behalf of the Dawsons tonight, the owners and the applicants. Don't have really much to add from what Amy said. Of course, this is a flume, it's a full vote. We have tendered some DPCs that will be revisited, assuming the flume's successful when we come back on a rezoning, but we've addressed everything staff asked us to here. The issue about the storage was a little oversight on my part, but we've resolved that. You can see basically the entranceway here until the property, it's almost 900 feet till you get off the road to get to the back of the property. So we won't have any storage closer than the 850. Okay. As far as the highway, of course, this is Scottsville Road, doesn't get much better than Scottsville Road. And KYTC has sent us a letter, said there are no improvements will be necessary. Again, we'll take that up again at the zoning hearing, assuming this is successful. I'm happy to answer any questions y'all have.
Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Davenport?
So Chris, it's going to be an event venue?
It
Like a-
is.
Like a,
I'd like to say a wedding venue, but it's not, not only weddings,
Right.
but largely a wedding
Right.
reception venue.
that's quite the view.
Quite the view.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone in the, I think all the commissioners have asked their questions. Anyone in the audience tonight has questions regarding this request? All right. Hearing none, commissioners will call for a motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the proposed future land use map amendment docket number 2026-03 Plume. Based upon the testimony and documents presented in this public hearing, the proposed Plume amendment has met the criteria to amend the Plume as outlined in OU 1.1.4 in the comprehensive plan. Further, I request that this motion include the summary of evidence and testimony presented by the witnesses at this public hearing.
Second.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Folker,
Yes.
Blanford, Cassada,
Yes.
Chair Ward.
Yes, sir. This Plan Commission final action. Thank you very much. Our next item tonight is 2026-07 DP. Monty G. Brown has filed an application to amend the General Development Plan Commissions for 15.18 acres located at 743, 791, and 781 Plum Springs Road. The property subject to this application is on highway business, and we will have our city and our county commissioners and our Plum Springs commissioner. Amy?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting in June for the properties that are listed here. The current zoning is, skip one? Okay, so the current zoning is highway business. The current land use is single-family residential and vacant, and the future land use is commercial. Again, the applicant is proposing to amend the development plan in order to amend the permitted uses for the property and increase the number of permitted RV sites. We do have a couple of property photos. And then here is a concept plan. Looking down at the development history, if this looks familiar, the Planning Commission approved a Flume amendment from moderate density residential to commercial and the zone change to highway business in May of 2024. If we look over at page 3, halfway down the page under the general development plan conditions, the proposed revisions are shown in bold. If we look at number 2, they are proposing to have RV storage, retail uses serving the users of the Barren River. So they're just adding additional language to the proposed uses for that. Looking over at page 4, the top page under number 7, they're just adding that same language from DPC number 2 into number 7, which addresses the hours of operation. Looking down at number 10, they are proposing to add 12 additional RV pads from 33 to 45 and reduce the cabins from 5 to 2. And then the final one down at number 13, which addresses the demolition of the existing structures. They are now wanting to include 743 Plum Springs in addition to 871 Plum Springs Road. So those are the changes listed. Looking over at page 1, the proposal complies with the majority of the criteria assessed in the review process, remains consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan, and is generally compatible with the surrounding area. Therefore, staff recommendation is approval, pending public hearing, testimony, and discussion. That's all we have for a staff report.
Thank you, Amy. Commissioners, any questions regarding this request?
This may be just a general question for staff, but what's the difference between an RV park and RV storage? Is this just a
Sure, storage would be a facility where you can leave your RV there to winterize, whatnot, if you maybe live in the area, want to store it there. So an RV park would actually be the campground where you could stay, overnight accommodations. The RV storage would be, you leave your RV there, winterized,
So storage would imply that it might be a vacant RV then, if it's stored there, would it be accurate?
Correct. Someone would leave their RV there as, yeah, for storage.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. Commissioners, any other questions? Thank you, Amy, very much. Is there anyone in the audience tonight has a question or opposition to this request? Or, excuse me, is the applicant here, anything y'all, Mr. Brown, anything you'd like to add? All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone in the audience tonight has a question regarding this request? All right, hearing none, we call for a motion. Commissioners, please.
I make the motion to approve the proposed development plan amendment, docket number 202607DP, based upon the testimony and documents presented in this public hearing. The proposed general development plan amendment is consistent with the adopted Focus 2030 comprehensive plan as demonstrated by its compliance with the objective and action items presented in the staff report. Further, I also find that there have been major changes of an economic, physical, and social nature within the area of the property in question, and I request that the findings of fact and recommendation include a summary of the evidence and testimony presented by the witnesses at this public hearing.
Second.
Starks,
Yes.
Ditmore,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Folker,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Chair Warren.
Yes. Planning Commission final action, unless anyone, it's final action. Our next item tonight, is 2026-27 ZBG DF Bowling Green Properties, care of Eddie Franklin. Has filed an application to rezone 18.89 acres located on Lovers Lane, Ken Bell Boulevard, and Middlebridge Road west from ag to general business with a general development plan. Jenny?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting for this property on Kimbell Boulevard and Lovers Lane, north of Middlebridge Road, back in May. Current zoning of the property is ag. Current land use is agriculture. And then the future land use map designation is commercial. And then we can glance at some properties, or property photos, not properties. And then we will leave their concept up for your all's reference. The applicants are proposing to rezone 18.89 acres located at the southeast corner of Lovers Lane and Kimbell Boulevard, north of Middlebridge Road, from agriculture to HB Highway Business in order to develop a property with a new and used car sales lot, showrooms, and service centers. Looking down to the bottom of the page, the proposal does comply with a majority of the criteria assessed in the review process and is generally compatible with the surrounding area. And with that, staff's recommendation is for approval, pending public hearing testimony and discussion here tonight. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Jenny. Commissioners, any questions for staff?
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Jenny. Is the applicant here, anything you all would like to add? All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone in the audience tonight that has a question or opposition to this request? All right, hearing none, Commissioners will call for a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the proposed zoning map amendment together with conditions upon the general development plan, docket number 2026-27 ZBG. Based upon the testimony and documents presented in the public hearing, the proposed zoning map amendment is consistent with the adopted Focus 2030 comprehensive plan as demonstrated by its compliance with the objectives and action items presented in the staff report. Therefore, the proposed zoning map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan. Further, I request that this motion include the summary of evidence and testimony presented by the witnesses at this public hearing.
Second.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Folker,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. It's Planning Commission final action in 21 days unless a request is made for a legislative body to hear the item. Our next item tonight is 2026-28 ZBG CRS BG Investments LLC, care of Chris Robertson, has filed an application to rezone 2.4 acres located 8 away, approximately 300 southwest of St. Charles Street, from RM Townhouse Multifamily Residential to Highway Business with a general development plan. Jenny?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a pre-application meeting for this property on Russellville Road back in February of 2024, so a bit ago. Current zoning of the property is RM3. Current land use is vacant. And then the future land use map designation is mixed-use commercial. Here are some property photos from 8 Away. And then we will leave up their zone change concept for you all. The applicant is proposing to rezone 2.4284 acres from RM3 Townhouse Multifamily Residential to HB Highway Business in order to develop the property with self-service storage units. Looking about midway down the page, the property was rezoned to B4 Highway Business in 1967. And then there was a portion of the property that was multifamily, rezoned to multifamily in 1992. And then ultimately, it was rezoned from RM4 NHB to RM3 in January of 2025. So this is just that next step in the process. The proposal does comply with a majority of the criteria assessed in the review process and is generally compatible with the surrounding area. And so staff's recommendation is for approval pending public hearing testimony and discussion here tonight. And that's all that I have, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Jenny. Commissioners, any questions for staff? Is the applicant here? Anything you would like to add? Mr. Davenport?
Chris Davenport, 921 College Street. I just want to add that if you look at your, and I swear to tell the truth, this is one of those rare
You've
occasions.
sworn it twice, Chris.
Well, I swear a lot of things, Chair Warren. This is a good type of swearing, though. If you look at the policies, this is one of those applications where we don't have any policies that are even judgment calls. Every one of them squarely in the compliant category, and I always like to point that out. Otherwise, the staff recommends approval, and it's flume compliant. I answer any questions y'all might have.
Any questions for the applicant and the representative? Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience tonight that has a question or opposition to this request? All right, hearing none, commissioners would call for a motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the proposed zoning map amendment together with a condition upon the general development plan, docket number 2026-28 ZBG. Based on the testimonies and documents presented at this public hearing, the proposed zoning map amendment is consistent with the adopted Focus 2030 comprehensive plan as demonstrated by its compliances with the objectives and action items presented by the staff report. Therefore, the proposed zoning map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan. Further, I request this motion include a summary of evidence and testimonies presented by the witnesses at the public hearing.
Second.
Volker,
Yes.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. The motion is approved. It's planning commission final action in 21 days unless a request is made for a legislative body to hear the item. Our next item tonight is 2026-29Z County. Roger Schote, the applicant, and Bruce Basham, Lynn Barrick, Barry Basham, the owners, have filed an application to rezone 16.65 acres located 331 Richardsville Road from Ag to RE Residential State with the general development plan. Sir?
Thank you, Chair Warren. We had a pre-application meeting back in May for the property reference located at 3331 Richardsville Road. This is the current aerial view, and the existing house is down in the southeastern corner there. The property is currently zoned agriculture, and the current use is also ag, with the future land use map also being agriculture. We have some property photos that we can review as needed. And then we'll leave up the preliminary lot layout here. And the applicants are proposing to rezone the property from ag to ag and RE in order to create a total of 7 lots. And the existing home is proposed to remain. We do have a few items for your consideration. The first, if you'll jump to page 3, looking under the surrounding density, we've noted that the average density in the area within 1,000 feet is 0.03 dwelling units per acre. and that the proposed density is 0.42 dwelling units per acre. This exceeds the recommended density increase that's outlined in HN 1.2. However, there are lots of comparable size or less in the general vicinity, and the Planning Commission should consider if the increased density is compatible. And then looking down at surrounding architectural features, also on page 3, the existing home is 1,614 square feet, and the median home size identified in the area is 1,941 square feet, and the applicants have agreed to a minimum home size of 1,400 square feet, which is over 500 square feet less than the median identified. And the existing home has a 2-car garage, and about half of the remaining homes in the area incorporate a garage, either attached or detached, and there's no requirement in the development plan conditions that the proposed homes incorporate a garage. So those were the few things that we wanted to point out for your consideration. But other than that, the staff found that the proposal complies with the majority of the criteria assessed in the review process, and found the proposal to be generally compatible with the surrounding area, and therefore the staff's recommendation is for approval, pending public hearing testimony and discussion. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Rachel. Commissioners, any questions? Thank you very much. Is the applicant here or anybody, anything y'all would like to add? Anything you'd like to add?
There will be 2-car garages on all houses.
All right. Yes, sir. If you would come to the microphone, please. We just need to get you to swear in and what you just said. Yes, sir. Your name?
My name is Roger Choate,
Roger, and your address?
5181 Bristow Road.
Bristow Road, okay.
Yes, sir.
Swear to tell the truth?
Yes, sir, I swear to the truth.
All right. Tell us what you just said about the 2-car garages.
Yes, sir. All the houses are going to have 2-car garages attached to them.
Okay.
That's going to be the
All right.
plan.
Great. All right. And you are representing all the
Yes, sir.
applicants?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Moore, if you would put that in our minutes, that they are going to amend this to 2-car garage
Yes, sir.
for each house.
Yes, sir.
Show.
If I understand correctly, that you want to make this amendment, and I propose that we make that a part of number 2.
Yeah.
And we'll add a sentence that says, any new residence constructed on the premises shall in addition have a 2-car detached or unattached, or do you care?
You can write either or in case I sell a house and they want to detach. Maybe some people want detached, some people want attached. So that'd be perfect to find.
Okay.
And do you intend to have the exterior of the residence match the exterior of the garage?
Yes, it'll all match. Shingles and
Okay.
conventional shingles.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Show.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience tonight that has a question regarding this request or in opposition to this? Thank you, Mr. Show. Commissioners, we've heard from the applicant. Any other questions? Hearing none, would call for a motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the proposed zoning map amendment together with a condition upon the general development plan docket number 2026-29Z County. Based upon the testimony and documents presented in this public hearing, the proposed zoning map amendment is consistent with the adopted Focus 2030 Comprehensive Plan as demonstrated by its compliance with the objectives and action items presented in the staff report. Therefore, the proposed zoning map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan. Further, I request that this motion include the summary of evidence and testimony presented by the witnesses at this public hearing.
Second.
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes.
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Folker,
Yes.
Chair Warren.
Yes, sir. It's Planning Commission final action in 21 days unless a request is made for a legislative body to hear an item. Our last item tonight is 2026-30Z County, Aaron and Kashisa, hope I'm saying that right, Embry, have filed an application to zone 5.57 acres located 1648 Boyce Fairview Road from Ag to RE Residential Estate with a rural and RR Rural Residential with the General Development Plan. Ms. Hurd?
Thank you, Chair Warren. We had a pre-application meeting back in May for this property at 1648 Boyce Fairview Road. This is the aerial view of the property. There is an existing home in the front left corner of the property, and then in the back right, there is an existing accessory dwelling unit that's located back there. And the proposal to rezone would allow the accessory dwelling unit and the home to be subdivided on individual parcels. In our review of the application, I should mention it's currently zoned ag, current use of ag, and the current future land use map is also ag. I forgot to review our property photos, but that's the existing house. And then I'll leave the proposed lot layout up. But in our review of the application, we did have a few things we wanted to point out. And the first of those is on page 2 under the layout, lot sizes and setbacks. Staff has noted that a majority of homes on the same side of Boyce Fairview Road have a front yard setback of at least 60 feet. And we suggested that the applicants consider including a development plan condition requiring a similar setback for any new home. And this was left unaddressed by the applicant. Otherwise, the front setback is a minimum of 25 feet. Then we're going to jump over to page 3 under surrounding architectural features. We've noted that the home sizes in the area range from 1,164 square feet to 3,003 square feet, and the median home size is 2,343 square feet. And a majority of homes have a 2-car attached garage. And the applicants are proposing a minimum home size of 1,800 square feet, which is over 500 square feet less than the median identified for the area. Development plan condition 2 requires a minimum of a 1-car garage, and this is not consistent with the character of the majority of the properties in the area. And then looking at the building materials review, the building exteriors in the area are mainly brick and vinyl. One home includes a wooden exterior and another one includes a metal exterior. A majority of building foundations are brick veneer, and a couple incorporate split face block. The building materials in the development plan conditions are not consistent with the majority of the homes in the area, as aluminum siding and split face block are proposed to be permitted. Other than that, if you look back on page 1, you'll see that the proposal complies with the majority of the criteria assessed in the review process and may be compatible with the surrounding area. The staff's recommendation is for approval pending public hearing testimony and discussion. Be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Commissioners, any questions, or the applicant maybe can address some of these issues? Do y'all have any questions for staff?
So they were just left unaddressed?
Yeah, if you see, we send our typical email, that's at the back of your packet on page 29. So you can see our original suggestions there, and those were just items that were
Thank you.
not addressed when we received the revisions, so.
All right, thank you, Rachel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, are you the applicant? Yes, sir, if you'd come to the microphone, please. If you would state your name and address, please, sir.
Aaron Embry, 1648 Boyce Fairview Road.
Okay, Mr. Emery, you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay. So you've heard the staff's recommendations.
Correct.
And how would you like to address those?
I have no issues with those at all. 60-foot setback, I think, is the recommendation for any new build, so if there is any new build, we'll comply.
Okay. And,
Okay, what about the garages?
Two-car
That's
garage?
not an issue, we'll comply.
2, not 1.
2-car.
Minimum of 2.
A 2-car garage. There is an ancillary building currently on the property that would be 5-1. Would that be acceptable as a garage?
I think he's talking about a new build.
Only on new builds?
New build,
Yeah,
all
that's
on
fine.
new builds.
No issue on my end.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the only other thing was maybe the materials.
Correct.
And so Rachel, were you just saying that maybe we should get rid of the aluminum?
Yeah, that's
And the split face.
Yeah. Would you be okay if we got rid of aluminum?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What's the foundation currently?
Well, he's got exposed plain face block, but it's not permitted, so.
Okay, so that would leave it at split. Do you plan to do a veneer?
No, I'm not planning on any new builds on this properties, on either one of these properties at all.
So would you be okay with a brick,
With
a
Brick veneer.
a brick veneer foundation.
I would prefer to leave that to any future builder out there, as most of those homes around the area are a combination of either a masonry product, vinyl siding, hardy board, et cetera.
No, we're just talking
No,
about.
just the
Oh, just a foundation block,
Yeah.
CMU? Absolutely.
Yeah, brick on the foundation.
Versus wood?
Well,
No,
versus,
so,
split.
Foundation.
panels or Just the foundation.
Just the
bottom
part that's
2
sticking
feet
up
of
at
it.
the
Yes,
bottom.
that'd be fine.
Yeah.
All right, great, thank you.
Okay. So I think those are the three areas that were in question, Aaron. So, Mr. Moore?
So, Aaron, we've gone over all three of those areas, and you, on behalf of Keisha Embry, agrees to those modifications.
Yes, Keisha, my wife, and I will agree on that.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right,
No, it's fine.
all right.
I'll
Thank you.
try not to. Thank
She's
you.
at home watching.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
All right, thank you, Aaron.
Smart man.
All right. Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Embry?
Chair Warren, I have a question. It's just a question of, to try to increase my knowledge about this statement. Prime farmland, the property is designated as prime farmland and farmland of statewide importance. What's the difference there? I mean, what's statewide important? What comes into play there?
So, it's typically based on the soil type and
Okay.
just how well things grow.
Okay.
And funny enough, when we've researched this before, you would think that statewide importance would be more significant than just
Things will
plain-
grow there,
than plain old
dirt.
prime farmland. But
Yeah.
as it turns out, prime farmland is actually more important than farmland of statewide importance.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
think it would be the reverse.
Yeah.
Right, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Mr. Starks. Commissioners, any other questions? All right, hearing none, we call for a motion, please.
I make the motion to approve the proposed zoning map amendment together with and conditioned upon the general development plan docket number 2026-30 Z County. Based upon the testimony and documents presented in this public hearing, the proposed zoning map amendment is consistent with the adopted Focus 2030 comprehensive plan as demonstrated by its compliance with the objectives and action items presented in the staff report. Therefore, the proposed zoning map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan. Further, I request that this motion include the summary of evidence and testimony presented by the witnesses at this public hearing.
Second.
Second?
Drain,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
Shaw,
Yes.
Starks,
Yes,
Vitale,
Yes, sir.
Folker,
Yes.
Chair Warren.
Yes, the motion is approved and is planning commission final action in 21 days unless a request is made for the legislative body to hear the item. Mr. Embry, thank you for being here tonight. And any other items, Mr. Peterson? So our next meeting's August the what, Rachel? Big agenda?
Yeah, August 6th, and we have
6 items, all right. Well, thank you all. Commissioners, thank you for being here tonight. Staff, thank you all for all you do. Mr. Moore, thank you. And we are adjourned.